Our independence was with Malaysia and Singapore. Go and check them up. When you fly a drone over Accra, you will realize that 80% of this city is a slum. Where are our engineers? I'm driving from here to East Legon. Why do I have to make a detour before Accra Mall? Common sense tells you can go straight to East Legon. Why am I going to somewhere like I'm coming to somewhere like New Plan? But I need to go and make a detour or a U-turn at mile 7 and come back. Where are our engineers? I'm coming to Ofanko Moose. Why do I have to make a U-turn at Pokuase? You drive around in great nations. Have you seen anything like that before? When you are driving in England on the main freeway or motorway, you get to a place, you will see what they've written, local traffic. So if it is Amasaman, they give you an exit. You go on the exit and the exit will take you into the township. You don't make U-turns. I give you on my common sense. Nenam se ni pe di dimunti. Woman nimpa. Omanye. Yami be triamoka. Yami be triamoka. Yami be triam. Bring your camera, say. Yami be triamoka. Osuru nyame obe triamoka. Bisu nyami be triamoka. Ebe kamo. Yami obe triamoka. The two hands are lifted up. Nyame obe triamoka. Bisu nyame be triamoka. Ebe kamo. Nyame obe triamoka. Oh, perform. Now when this one. King, who is that woman? Timo de friend pe. The friend here, ye kasa chira uti se we are ye two fwa umpe. Jesus worship from we are see no when this one. Oh, perform. Now when this one.
Good afternoon to you, Medini Kofi Asante Dampare. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, isn't it? I haven't been on for quite some time. Yes, I've been super busy. So those of you who have been following me, who said every now and then, very snap, I'll be on my Facebook channel in my car or whilst I'm driving, because I've been super busy. I've been out and about most of the time. So pardon me, those of you who have been following me. Every now and then, be a try say the content bebremo. Sometimes it's not possible because, as you all know, we have our lives to live as well. But the good news is this afternoon, me pese me de content kakra ebremo. Inti ewie mesi akunwa me ba me edi nkomo me nche macha 35-40 minutes. I'm going to be very snap on this one, and then we can all get some fast maybe a air course. This is it's regard to this diplomatic feud between our IGP Dampare and the British High Commissioner. Now, me said that something is missing. Yeah, near nipa bebre ababa bekasa, but there is something that is missing from the jigsaw, and that is why I want to sit here and then be able to put that missing piece into it. Na etie for it me etias ye inti me pacho obaswa na wa share obaswa na wa share na tag uni ebi so na wababa betie me enko bo maybe pay videos be a thing because I just want us to go straight to the point and then get the show started. Yeah, 4-page letter IGP send the comma British High Commission or Commissioner in Accra. And why did our IGP send this 4-page letter? Honum name say ye fefi na yetiasie the 4-page letter was sent. Enti me baba baby read near Twitter British High Commissioner no or Twitter ye intia a year IGP sending those letter no until let's read her tweet first. I think that's how we need to start it. All this is because of Oliver Barker Vomawo. Oliver Barker Vomawo. Ne arrest let me say yeche no. First of all, I think he's been arrested 3 times now. A lot of people are saying second, but 3 because of course Ghana faced the country. He was arrested for parking his vehicle somewhere that is not meant to be parked. The news came to us here in England. We made a video about it, and I think the police let go of that. Then the second time when he typed about the useless military, and everybody know what it is. I don't have to repeat it, those words again. About the coup d'etat and what have you, and also call no more channel. Need 2 more or call to and fro. Court finally release and sana 17th of last month, and so almost sign so much over driving offenses or driving offense. Into a honum na a pushy the British High Commissioner no kakra and also Twitter. And I'm going to read her tweet first. Also, Oliver Barker Vomawo, the convener of the country movement, arrested again. I understand for a motoring offense on his way to court. I will be interested, it will be interested. It will be interested to see where this goes. It will be interested to see where this goes. This was all the tweet that the British High Commissioner put out. British High Commissioner in Ghana put out. Now, this are tweet no ebeto hono no. Let me say, anye Dampare there. Now, Dampare reply with 4-page letter straight to the British High Commissioner. There is something missing. What is missing is Dampare and a lot of people who are supporting the action of Dampare, because I've heard people like Paul Adomotri, I've heard people like Uncle Kwesi Pratt. They are all on the same side or the same page with Dampare. Say what Dampare has done is right. But I don't think it's right. Why am I saying say and you're right? Because the British High Commissioner, she wasn't actually interfering on internal affairs. And Obi Bekatram say, why are you saying that? Because everybody says that interfering in national affairs or internal affairs of Ghana. She wasn't. What everybody is missing is Oliver Barker Vomawo, a British, onye minim, so a British citizen there. I believe he's a Ghanaian citizen. But a British resident, minim so kita dual nationality, but near minim se ote Cambridge, United Kingdom, England. Hence, Oliver too kwano odu Ghana no. Aye arrested no. What can make that case will be of the interest of the British diplomats. It will be of interest of the British diplomats. Into Oliver family. So Jana Urine ne Mawaha. Nigeribe born local MP. Amane. The local MP will then cascade that information on to the Foreign Office. The Foreign Office here in United Kingdom will then pass that information also on to the British High Commissioner in Ghana. So the British High Commissioner, although they might not comment from the very arrest from the airport, but they will be seeing and following proceedings from a distance. They will be seeing things from a distance. And this is what Dampare missed. This is what a lot of people who are talking that the British or the British High Commissioner is interfering with Ghanaian affairs. This is what they were missing. This is exactly what they all of them have been missing. Omure Fisa Oliver or your British resident. Hence, me a British residence. Se me kita dual nationality. Se me fully Ghanaian. Once I live in this country, I pay my taxes here. Me ko on my biaso. Example, Ghana or any other country. Nasa asem to me. The British have interest. They have interest in the case. They might not interfere direct, but they will be standing from a distance trying to follow what is happening. That is exactly what is happening with this Oliver case. Hence, his first arrest, almost his second arrest, and I believe, sir, Oliver's family, Tama, now almost said things are not being followed properly for him to be granted bail. I believe they might have reported this case to the British Foreign Office. Because Oliver is, I believe he still is. He wasn't. He still is a British citizen. Case Nintina Amanakao, because don't forget the passport, court no aji, are retaining the passport. In 20 minutes, in case no Namanakao. Na Oliver no okwa oben no na Britain ha enoti. Ye new Oliver na here the first face the country. Ewo your friend is saying London ha ewo no ha ewo Belgravia Ghana High Commissioner. So in say Oliver on here neti krumu ha. Hence the British will be following the case. This is what a lot of people are missing. But me Baba will read everything that Dampare put out there, then we pick up the pieces from there. So our IGP Dampare then went. And now I say based on the tweet, on your happy. And he was sending very, very long 4-letter pages. 4 pages to the British High Commissioner. So let's read through those pages first. Once we read through it, and then we will, as we are reading the major. Okay, so this has come from the IGP direct. So no type use will be a type man no assign into once I would was sign on Sunday. So this has come. It has come from the IGP. The attention of the Ghana Police Service has been drawn to your tweet, which reads, Oliver Bakavomawo, a convener of Fix the Country movement, arrested again, I understand, for a motoring offense on his way to court. Will be interested to see where it goes. And IGP twice. Ordinarily, the Ghana Police Service will not have responded to comments such as yours, obviously made from either a biased or uninformed position. However, we have learned from previous painful experience that it has not been helpful to ignore such misguided, unwarranted, and biased comments intended to tarnish the reputation of Ghana Police Service and that of our country. Hey, IGP Anoya. IGP, oh yeah. Nipa Meka Train is there. I'll reserve that comment for later. So fire off. What is more, we consider your tweet a violation of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relation in 1960. Relation 1961, which enjoins diplomatic mission not to interfere in the internal affairs of their host country. Anyway, that to him, the Vienna Convention. Your Excellency, the fact that you have used the phrase arrested again, we believe must mean you were making reference to the previous occasion Mr. Barkavomawo was arrested for threatening the security of the state and recently for motor traffic offense. We intend, therefore, to address both issues in this letter. Okay, this particular paragraph, I believe the IGP totally got it wrong, because it could be the High Commissioner was also referring to the two previous arrests as well, not just the cool one, but there was a one before the cool one as well. So it could be that one. But having said that, it was the cool one that was popular, that went viral, and that was what the international community was keeping an eye. Since you may be unaware of the charges against the person of interest in your tweet, we are happy to give you some background. Among other things, in the February this year, Mr. Barkavomawo threatened the security of the state by categorically stating his intention to stage a coup d'etat and cause instability in the country if the army, which he referred to as useless, was unable to do so. These same threats have subsequently been repeated by Mr. Barkavomawo on his social media handles. Okay, so that is the first page. Let me move to second page. There we go. Bear with me, because I'm picking the pieces up from device, so you might have to bear with me. In line with the laws of the Republic of Ghana, he has arrested and taken through due processes and was granted bail by a court of competent jurisdiction. That matter is still pending before the law courts. On Tuesday, 17th May 2022, Mr. Barkavomawo was among other drivers who were arrested separately for road traffic offenses. They were all arraigned before the courts, where some pleaded guilty, were convicted, and paid their fines accordingly. However, this person pleaded not guilty, was granted bail by the court, and was released after fulfilling the bail conditions. Oliver, the assembly bow. In the Oliver, the assembly bow but the yenti. Against this background drop, and in view of the fact that he is not the only person who is being taken through due processes for committing an offense in the country, it is difficult to understand why he is your only focus, as we do understand that you are concerned about the law enforcement in Ghana, or only as applied to your person of interest. This is where the IGP, I initially in my prelude, I did made a statement and said IGP got it wrong, and a lot of people have got it wrong. They haven't been able to put that puzzle where on that part of the jigsaw. Why? Because Oliver is a British resident. The High Commissioner, she has every interest in Oliver's case. It doesn't matter where Oliver is in the world. So it doesn't matter how many people Ghana police, you guys will arrest. You can arrest 1,000 people. You can arrest the whole of Ghanaians. If Oliver is the only person, or yet British resident or British citizen among those people you've arrested, the High Commissioner will only speak for the people that interest her, which are the British citizens or the British residents. And in this case, this is exactly what she did. This is exactly what she did. she did not put a foot drunk. She would have rather been murdering or putting her fingers in Ghanaian internal affair if she has spoken about any other person who is a Ghanaian, because that's got nothing to do with her. But because Oliver left the shores of Britain to come to Ghana, where she's been arrested, the Foreign Office have these records and they're following the case. Hence, the British High Commissioner has every right to comment about Oliver's arrest, but not anyone else's arrest. Inti ohonomono, and let me say, unfortunately, IGP, Dampare, Ankoye, one tias here, and one tias here, but yenguso, nienko, yenguso. Next paragraph. Let's say, waye, na bebia, a very interesting pano, ebeba. Or see, we are not oblivious of how, as a country, Britain reveres its army and continuously celebrates both serving and retired officers in the British Armed Forces. It might not be what you expect, but please be informed that as a country, Ghana similarly treasures its police service, the armed forces, and all other security agencies, and we are anxious to build this institution into strong and revered pillars of society that perform their duties excellently. I feel the IGP or lecture High Commissioner, but to the NTA. As our former colonial power and the source of our legal, judicial, and criminal justice architecture, and indeed of our police service, we continue to look up to Britain, among other countries, for guidance with regards to how difficult situations are handled. We note that some leaders of faith-based organizations in your country made pronouncements that were considered as national security threats. They were branded as terrorists, arrested, prosecuted, and in some cases were extradited. Hey, Dampare, you've gone too far. This, we believe, your country did in its quest to safeguard the security of the state and ensure the I've lost a whole the security of the state and ensure that the substances of the peace the inhabitants enjoy. I'm reading from a very tiny device, so bear with me. Do you not think we, the Ghanaian people, also deserve a peaceful country? Maybe reflecting on these questions will help you appreciate our position on such matters. Hanum no baby the questions, no, and this is what I don't get. Are there instances in your country where people are permitted to openly threaten the security of their state with a coup? You can go and stand at Westminster and scream, "I'm coming to do a coup myself. I'm going to overthrow this government," and people will even laugh at you. The police will even watch you and just laugh at you, and they will walk because they know it's impossible. They know it's impossible. So why? Because to the point say many pillars, no, the foundation of the democracy in the country is so solidified, is cemented, is so cemented. Such statements they will see as, oh, you just mentally retarded, just leave him alone. But IGP is asking those questions, so let's carry on and listen to IGP. As a foreign service officer, Even though you might not have personal experience, you doubtless have access to the records of the periods of unrest and coup in Ghana. Are you really wishing on us a return to those times? Obisao, another question mark. Question mark, let's move to the next page. Another question mark. Questions in it also. You won't be that. Questions, no. CCI 4. Are you able to direct us to instances in your country where citizens are permitted to insult, attack, and incite your army and other security apparatus to destabilize the country? Let me tell you one thing as well. You can go, Boris Johnson, I can insult Boris Johnson to his face. We insult him to his face all the time. He does press conferences, he goes places, they get insult. Nothing. Insult. Hey, insult is not illegal. Ghana ne ye penia, ye kakrebia. Mu de mo Ghana for no, mu chienim ka o. Impenifo na gu Ghana no, omu chienim ka. Omu chienim ka so omu nya de pa. This is the problem I have. Mu chienim ka, anka mu chienim ka no, mu nya de pa. Mu nya de pa. Muchienim ka nso mu de mutimi ka citizens anim hwe mami to it kitikiti hwe 4-letter pages questions nko Dampare bisa now Dampare ye beba so Dampare na nka say ye beba so enye ye nyina mu benya chinye egu mu nye ready ye beba so. Do people get arrested for traffic offenses in your country? I would say no. At the same time, I would say yes, depending on the severity of the traffic offenses. I would say, do people get arrested for traffic offenses? Yes, they do actually. Yes, I would say yes. Because when you are arrested, whether you are fined, people get arrested, people end up in court. There are some who get bans from driving. There are some who ends up in prison, depending on the severity. So this questions here will be say questions. As an IGP, you shouldn't be asking this question. Minim so be so na tap you on the command one kind on sign you. Is it the case that a person on his or her way to a British court cannot be pulled over for a traffic offense or any other offenses for that matter? Nobody have said that. Are you still persuaded? Are you still persuaded 3 days after your tweet that you were within the bounds of the Vienna Convention, which regulates the conduct of diplomats in the countries in which they are served? Should you get involved in the domestic / internal affairs, especially security issues of the sovereign state in which you are serving as a diplomat? Another question mark. Do you know of any instances where Ghanaian diplomats in Britain have involved themselves in your internal affairs? Another question mark. Yes, so many. So many. Why? Because you could be a Ghanaian, but as soon as you live here in UK, you are permitted to vote. Hence, you are involved in the internal affairs, okay, of British politics. Dampare, nanya Dampare in so time Britain or be school. I'm surprised Dampare typed all this to ask these questions. Because from what I was told, Dampare was educated in this country. So why Dampare doesn't know all this? Hey, doctor degree also. Doctorate, so why your first degree? Why your master's degree? Why your PhD, which is giving you what the doctorate? Now it seems that doctorate, so no cocoa acid yabem, cocoa acid doctorate yabem. Or the young doing fakra. Is there any particular reasons why all of the people arrested daily for various offenses in Ghana. You are especially interested in this person's case. Yes, there is a reason, and I gave that reason earlier. The reason is because Oliver Barker-Vormawor is a British citizen, not British citizen. Pardon me. I don't know. So kita dual nationality there. India minko honum, but minimse or a British resident. Oliver Vormawor is a British resident. Oliver lives in Cambridge. He does his research and teaches in Cambridge. Hence, the British Foreign Office and the diplomats are interested in this case, in his arrest, and whatever case that is at the moment pending upon course in Ghana. Inti na mami no obeka Oliver sem. Yenguso, question mark, baby, question mark. Yenguso, another question mark, baby, is it the case that you don't have confidence in our justice delivery, criminal justice system, and our court processes as a whole? Another question mark. Next number. Do you know the number of members of parliament, chief executives, and other high-profile Ghanaians who have been arrested and prosecuted for road traffic offenses and have submitted themselves to the due processes? If you care to know, we will be delighted to share that list with you. That list should be public information. If you claim, say, watch this uncle for you don't have to share it with that or share it with us. It should be a public information. People arrested on this. We should be able to know this. Especially those members of parliament. These are public informations. Another question mark. Have you legally and internationally accepted limits associated with the freedom of speech and association has been stretched to the point where people can now say and act without regards to the sanctity, security, and the very survival of a country? Question mark. When it comes to such matters, are there any limits in place in your country? Another question mark. Questions in pardon my P or my French this time. Pardon it. Are you interested in the number of lives lost to road accidents and the number of injured persons, as well as families who have become destitute as a result of such accidents caused by the infractions of people like the persons of interest to you? Look, this is stupid questions. You know why? Because Britain and the West have always raised concerns about this. They help us. They drop money into Ghana government to resolve these problems. To resolve this lady, her tweet, Okanya, and do 30 seconds. No, you've sent a 4-page letter that would take us over 30 minutes of questionings. Have you taken note of the innovations being introduced by the Ghana Police Service in recent times to deepen discipline, law, and I have to move to a next page again. Yeah, baby, now. Yeah, I can see ending coming. Finally, law and order, as well as protect lives and property in this country. Are you interested that we are doing our best to get it right? Well, if you don't know marking scheme, no bisano. Is she interested that you guys are doing your best to get it right? She's not interested because it's your country. You have to ensure some money. For the men can't see all crap. Me, the last paragraph, I'm not even reading it. Actually, let me read it for the benefit of of my listeners. For the moment, we will recommend that Ghanaian saying that might guide you in your diplomatic engagement. The saying goes, Diwufie asem. The Ghanaian saying, Diwufie asem. It means learn to keep within the limits of what concerns you. Please accept the assurances of our highest consideration. I'm not true in George Ekufu Dampare, PhD in the Inspector General of Police, PhD. But I have some questions for Dr. Dampare. Dr. Dampare, with everything, let's take it this way. Let's take it that the British High Commissioner in Ghana was at fault. Let's take it that she was 100% at fault. She's gone against the Vienna Convention. She's muddled herself in the internal affairs. Yeah, let's take it that way. She put a tweet that you could finish reading it in 30 seconds or less than 30 seconds. Obroni, ana, oka we, and enyenite, and oba reply. Obroni be reply, very simple. Obeba. No, me funny say, me obroni, ana, British High Commissioner near Ghana, ana, yeah, this wakas asem no actually. Obroni obeba, no akatro say, the letter, obroni letter, obe draft, and I may be can in simple way. I'm going to simplify. Obroni oba, or address you we are in this first paragraph. No be katro say, it has come to our attention of your circulation or your tweet. Of your tweet. We are not move actually said. This is against a Vienna Convention, or this is against diplomatic, or this can cause a diplomatic feud between these two nations, which we have had friendship for these years, no about number of years. In order to keep things diplomatically and to keep our friendship going and our trade, whatever, going, I will appreciate it that in future, could you address such to us direct if you have any concerns? Full stop, where we. Yours faithfully, yours regards, where we. Obroni, what answer where we. Why? Because when you say, okay, 2, 3, 4 lines, the job is done. You've got the message. You've got the message. The job is done. Obroni mbamba bebisao. Have you taken notice of a Juma yeye? Have you taken notice of number of accidents? Have you taken notice of the number of people arrested? Have you taken notice of the ministers and the number of MPs arrested on the same those who have paid their fines, those who haven't, those who have been granted bail? They don't have time for all this. They do not have time for all this. Obroni MDB beside questions way. You've listed questions upon questions upon questions upon questions. And a ubisa a British High Commissioner. She's not interested in what you are doing. She's not interested with the number of MPs. She is not interested in anything. She's only interested in one person and one person only, because that person is a British resident, which is Oliver. Oliver is a British resident. Oliver might hold a full Ghanaian passport. So do Ghana Namo channel, because Oliver is a British resident. The Foreign Office and British High Commission have every reason, beginning almost from number 2, they'll be monitoring things from afar. They'll be monitoring things from afar. Into Ghana for institutions, no, and when you institutions, no, You're setting me up. You feel Dampare by your boss. Say, I said to myself, I said Dampare, the special prosecutor, Ejabin, and the there were 3 young appointments. It was Dampare, it was Ejabin, and one more person. The name is gone. The name is gone. I said to myself, I did a program, and I said these 3 people, they can either change the dynamics or they can make it worse. And it seems all those 3 are making things worse. All those 3 are making things worse. Dampare is a shocking. A shocking. Come on. Mama P. What this a PhD degree nya kono biem. PhD na nya kono. PhD no nya kono. Ubisa question we obroni be ombe ready we they don't have time for it. You think this will put pressure on them? Ombe ready we no masere, ombe sere. They'll be laughing at you. They'll be laughing at Ghana. They'll be laughing at Ghana. Now, if he said they don't watch one, they don't watch. Oh, Sana Yemo. Sana Yemo, fluctuation justice, more arrested way. Now, more. Good afternoon to you, Wise Up, and good afternoon to you, Ala Kwanzaa as well. So, more fluctuate, more. Bear with me, one second. Oh, thank you, Ala Kwanzaa. I just put that comment here. Thank you, that I'm making sense. Thank you. So, the Foreign Office, the entire diplomatic world, you know, but they are watching. As you said, the Vienna Convention do not allow them to comment and to act. And come comments are more from these people. And come be gami. Sana mubu o mino almost sremo. Almost sremo debia. Almost sremo debia every day. Because sana mo charge muchi we are mo be charging no. Muchi we are a different case we court sana high court be dinafa kasa had ye interpretative case a law ye infa wisdom ni nyama ne mbaha when it's against one person, when it's against another person a favor mamusi ne we are using wisdom to judge. Police ni enya we as machino onya we as mejano ni nyina omti ono moshe. They watching it. So when you go back and give them such a lengthy, you think they don't know, say, we are witness to a murder case? Can a Japan be kind office on here? Omati say, young IG Penikra is a witness to a murder case. A certain member of MP say, Dampare ni myoku JB Dankwa. They know this. They know, but the whole Obia Yedin, they know this. And then you send them this sort of letters, they will be sitting there and they will be laughing. They're laughing. Come on, we've made ourselves a laughing stock. Ghana, now the creative stage is like a comedy stage. And yeah, comics, you know, and abrofon is sere. Would you funny say this lady got it wrong? Funny said this lady got it wrong. Absolutely wise up. The IGP has more issues on his table to handle instead of attacking this innocent woman. Would you funny say even this lady is wrong? Don't we have a foreign office? We do have a foreign office. Ghanaians, we have a diplomatic office. For the mere fact that we are IGP, you might have done criminology, you might have had PhD in different ways, So letter now which come out. A commissioner, a British High Commissioner, it could be any other country ambassador or High Commissioner. It's not your work. Dampare, it's not your work. It's not your work. Because don't forget, say you might not understand international relations. You might not understand the nitty-gritty of international relations. Pardon me. Dampare, you might not understand the nitty-gritty of international relations. Hence, such cases, you withdraw your foreign office where you have expertise of people who have studied international relations, diplomatic relations, for them to deal with it. For them to deal with it. This 4-page, it do in while of the good beam. I'm telling you, son, they won't keep no records of it. Me see, it do the while of the good beam because it has not come through the right channel. Into do one of the good beam. Abaka say, who are you? You are an IGP of Ghana. The position that the young lady holds, all right, as a British High Commissioner in Ghana, that position, I'll hold, will office and do her. You cannot arrest anybody there. You cannot caution anybody in her office. You can't do anything there. Your office in Duho, in the same way, and a Ghana High Commission in Britain, almost so British authorities and so office in Duho. It's as simple as that. So you should have left the case. I see the whole of this letter. I would draft it and a Dampare is just a popularity stance. A popularity stance. That is how personally I see it. You just want to trend for a while because I think the whole Dampare name and a Dampare yadio no akofem, and you want Ghanaians to see and feel say, look, that Dampare has taken on Abrofono. Dampare, you haven't taken on anyone. You've taken on nothing. You've rather made yourself a clown. I'm sorry. You are a Ghanaian IGP. I'm a Ghanaian, and I have to be able to tell you the bitter truth, Dr. Dampare. I have to be able to tell you the bitter truth. And this is a typical example. You absolutely jump the gun. You jump the gun straight away. Questions I will be sending Yama, will be sign away and a two and a question mark and a full stop. Nina and Fasu. You've jumped the gun, Dr. Dampare. IGP, she chrono, she murder cases. She murder cases, Ghana. Even within the police itself, none of the police for say in bullet van robbery. Yankochi black crowd, must ye kuomo. Nan saying ye, the police in Yamos ya check aquao unarmed, yet the knee ko Marco Fana Fifie, must say, yakon there was exchange of fire into your kunu or so. You have soiled yourself. The police service and some of your men, they've soiled themselves with corruption and what have you. These are the things that you should be looking at and finding a way to change the perception of the police force. And but rather you've jumped from being an IGP to now doing the work of diplomatic or international relation. It's madness. Ubisano sa nsehu we nyina wie no. O bosses no ni omo mo fa wadwuma no mo sorry a no ma san ba omo nchen wa no ma ba be pom cho sa no ma oma take akra san mamo. There was a question you asked, and let me ask you. You did ask, say, do they care? Referring to the British High Commissioner, how many people are bereaved? How many families die on our roads each year, which is caused by such drivers or motorists on Ghanaian roads? Yes, they do care. That is why every year Britain gives Ghana and other Africa a massive amount of foreign aid. I'm going to tell you that our foreign aid in GDP, I think is what? Is it 5%? 5% of British GDP, either 5 or 10% of British GDP that goes into foreign aid. I'm going to be precise. So let me quickly search here a few minutes to get the figure exact. Now saying and corona iba omote so kakra. Omote so kakra. Omote so kakra. Now saying and omote so kakra. Corona iba and omate so kakra. Until look at the amount of money every year Britain etoma Africa enubi yes monfanya mo kwan enubi monfa bi nye road safety campaigns enubi monfa bi enye child nutrition monfa bi nye malaria de ben nti they do care so wo sika okay, it's 0.7%. It's 0.7% and Britain now edema foreign aid. 0.7% of British GDP. That is a lot of money. That is a staggering amount of money. And as you see, I'm normal reducing it to 0.5% because of COVID by people were really this. People were hating hard on British governments a fearful first now to sika egua because some of the foreign aid the bad leaders nibi it's not Ghana. I'm not saying Ghana, but we know some of the African leaders are about a caught into them and then they use it to buy arms and what have you to fight wars and even kill their own citizens, so all of us, I'm one of those who have been advocating, say they shouldn't be giving Africa any foreign aid at all. Because hey, Africa has been spoon fed for way too long. Way too long. Africa has been spoon fed. And no, am I young green ye? And into yan juma. And no, yanya bano, so yes can cry fibie bibeba. Nina count near Tifako, in your Tifako. Somebody asked me, what? Imagine this world is a perfect world. And I said to him, there's no a perfect world anywhere. Because if the world is even a perfect world, now how will we even use that to function? The mind will not even function because the world is perfect. There's no problems. There's no illness. There are no issues to resolve. That we don't have to go and work and kill ourselves. It's a perfect world. And then we live in. We will refuse to think. We will refuse to think. Hence, God has created us in a way. He said we shouldn't have a perfect world to keep this mind working active. Working active. The things this mind will do, the capacity. Look at your churches. Churches have sprung up everywhere in Ghana and religious places. These are all some of the things that has to be regulated. It needs regulations. And then I could draw cano. No. Or see, if you fly a drone across Accra, you will realize that 60-70% of this country is a main person may use word, you know. Bolaso. Mean cano bro from Accra me ferry. Bolaso. These are the problems we have at hand. And we will have people like Uncle Kwesi Pratt supporting the IGP. And I believe, I don't believe, but I understand where Uncle Kwesi Pratt is coming from, because he is, Uncle Kwesi Pratt is a proper Pan-African. And every Pan-African, 100% Pan-African, biano, and supporting Obroni and as a Westerner that, or best supporting the way Africa deals with things. And Nkrumah was a proper Pan-African. And into a Pamwa Brofuni in fee Ghana ten now you're pressing ye niamano. Now and also no a one in Susan a one in Susan countries now Pamwa Brofuni tentem ma Brofuno stay they were able to work hand in hand on our Brofuno. And those countries, those countries are better developed and well built than Ghana today. They are well built than Ghana today. Republic in 57 by 63 years. We Republic. Laws. Soldier for training. Course. Nothing. Any. So somebody like Uncle Kwesi Pratt, I understand. Somebody like Paula Adomochiri, I don't get it. I think he's just supporting because Obeko into history and go and break all that historical your friend is saying allusions and all that rubbish to come and support his claim. Some of this history that he goes and brings to support this claim does not even make sense. So I don't know where, but Paula Adomochiri of all people, who's also traveled into Britain before and seems to be he has even interviewed a Ghanaian British MP before. So somebody like Paul, I expect him to know the laws in the British law and the laws that govern the foreign land. Say, if somebody is a British resident and they leave Britain to go to Ghana and something happens to them, the Foreign Office and the Diplomatic Office and the High Commissioner will have a case and will have an eye following that person. It's not one-off. It happens all the time. Look at this British Iranian lady, Zaghari Zidane, who was arrested in what country is it? Iran, for God knows how many years. She was convicted and put in prison. Britain did everything possible for her to be released. Just last year, she might have spent, I don't know how many years, but I believe she might have spent over 4 or 5 years in Iranian jail. Just heard that there were other people as well involved. In the same way, and Uncle Oliver is more touch wood, make I say NC. If Oliver is convicted in Ghana today over these threats, I will say it's a threat to destabilize Ghana. No, if Oliver is convicted on that today, straight away, move a Foreign Office, the British Foreign Office, no best start to engage you on the case about her conviction, about his conviction, about his trial, whether that trial is free and fair, whether that conviction is right. You will get them engaging with you guys to try and find or negotiate with you to try and find a way move releasing. So it's a one-off. Say, Obiefi Britain, Abagana, and Wabeto Chima. Na more than you na nipa no British High Commissioner tweeted about that person. British High Commissioner tweeted about that person. She can even, if she's even wise enough, this lady can turn that tweet against you. Because what she said, I'm going to read that tweet again, and I'll explain another twist of that tweet to you guys. Well, Munye very careful. Some fast, some more fast, some more. Yeah, Munye very, very careful. I'm going to pick that tweet up again, and I'm going to turn that tweet here. I'm going to turn the tweet upside down. No worry, there. I see Oliver Barker Vomawo, a convener of Fix the Country movement, arrested again, understand for motoring offense on his way to court. Will be interested to see where this goes. It can also read, say, she is against Oliver. Why? Because Oliver has been arrested first. One tearful, he didn't learn any lesson from it. Oliver has been arrested second time. He didn't learn any lesson for it. Now, what to say? Oliver has been arrested again, third time. Into no, it could be said or 20. I catch Oliver. So Oliver, what then you've been arrested again? That tweet can also read that way. That was put out to reprimand Oliver, to tell Oliver off. But it's got nothing to do with the authorities in Ghana. What about that, Mr. IGP? Oliver has been arrested again. Oliver, what's what thing? You've been arrested again? I understand this time, motoring offenses on your way to court will be interesting to see where this goes. What I say will be a big punishment. Now Oliver and West So you see, English. Now me one say IGP, PhD holder Dampare. Look, when somebody makes a statement, pick the statement up because brofu a bit me tenure twistle. Absorb that statement and then ask yourself, this is how I'm going to confront the person. As soon as I started, the service who said, hold on. What about you turn that statement heads up and it can be referred or it can mean something different. It can mean something different. So it could even be this lady, this time reprimanding Oliver. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the authorities and how you, the police service, how send me my questions where will be say it's got nothing to do with it. What about that? What about that? Me to your boss. Some penny for pa ye di mo sisi. Some mumbu mano. Sana mumbu mani di enkoye. Enkoye kra. Anyway, me di Oliver di enbesi ya. Food for thought. Yen nyina yen sue nyansa na yen fa adwinwin fam. Na asem su si a esese ye to ye boni etimi analyze no na ye twist statements round because kasa enya brofo nkwa even twi. Ya chi Oliver biem. Oliver. Now this time it say yes you court. Yebe baby yebe kwakusi. It can even be say may tell Oliver off, but I'm not siding with Oliver. It can also be say I'm fed up with the state and hence I'm siding with Oliver. A hefa and an IGP of far assembly from which angle and of a fear and I suddenly or draw up the conclusion. Or this Sunday, this 4-page letter, it could go Ghana, any massive. Mumi mbisa IGP. Na ombra no mambe yano. Another thing that me say me can want some quickly. Yeah. The internal elections are NPP koye no. It seems like Ghana still a yensua adie bi. Where it's our internal elections na NPP koye no. Ama me hu say Ghana yensesa ye. Yama ne hu osofo kum chacha beka o se somehwe enne wabeye nsɔhwɛ ato ye so yi nyina no. Sa amane hu na Ghana ye hu ye no. Yensua bibi mfi mu ye. And I'm very surprised. See, why am I saying that? Still, delegates are Jessica Ato in favor of Omomutimi Bible or Omomutimi to the highest bidder. Delegates are Jessica Ato Abanama in favor of the highest bidder. Wow, Timmy to 7,000. Akwebiso to 1,000 or my delegates will be 1,000. This was still when we need. You Timmy to 7,000 material no cross and top on the app and 10,000 allegedly no or no where we need. Na sikano bosome nasa 10,000 half plot intiminto half plot intiminto bosome nasa namosanti or how ni ahiemu rather than voting the right person who could do the right things for you. Ghana, we never learn. Now, sir, internal NPP election yama who said Ghana, we never learn. Now, on my Ghana no a beer a bit cheaper and upon any. Me kasa tintin ma sem nyina besi ya. God bless you all. Me deni di Kofi Asante Dampare. Me patrons over 2 video you were kwemu abon den awoso na fama unua. Also, go to our YouTube channel. All those who haven't actually subscribed to my YouTube channel, which is Fifi Asante Dampare, please set for Fifi Asante Dampare. I should have put the channel link here, which I believe it might be too late. Let me quickly see if I can do that. Actually, I'll put it on my actual Facebook. Please go direct to that channel and then subscribe to it. Okay, I want to see as many subscribers as possible. Hopefully by the end of the month, business and I'll be able to bring you a lot more content, a lot more. There's so much to talk about. There's going to be some exciting things which is going to come up about, and all those will be done on the YouTube channel about wealth creation, about job opportunities, about interview techniques, and all that. We're going to find a way to be able to help the youth. There are some of these youth that we even going to financially, our own money, we're going to invest into them. We're going to invest into their ideas. Those who are into entrepreneurship, who want to do businesses, we're going to invest money into their ideas. If those ideas we think are viable enough, they're great ideas that can be converted into money, into big businesses, then why not? Obioha, I've said it before. All they need is a beer. 5,000 pounds, 5,000 Ghana cedis. Pardon me, I keep missing pounds and cedis. 5,000 Ghana cedis capital. Obio here 10,000 Ghana cedis capital. Obio here 20,000 Ghana cedis capital. Obio here 10,000 Ghana cedis capital, and they will be able to take off beautifully from there. And this is what we're going to do. Later part of this year into next year. So please follow the YouTube channel. Go out there, subscribe it, and follow it. If you have any issues, inbox me and we'll pick up the pieces from there. Good evening to you all. I salute you all. Thank you for coming. All those of you who commented, Alakwansa, WhatsApp, yes, Alankansa and WhatsApp and Belmi, who again, there was another person. I've lost all that. Yeah. So Alan Kwanzaa and then WhatsApp. God bless you all. Keep sharing the page and then subscribe. As I said, God bless you and goodbye.